Born Gallagher, social introductions, ladies and gentlemen of excellent families, introduced under the most respectable conditions and an atmosphere of elegance and refinement. Object, matrimony. Unfortunately, I will not be able to offer my usual lightning services as I have a previous appointment arranging the second marriage of Mr. Horace Van de Gelder, the well-known half-a-millionaire. As my late husband Ephraim Levi always said, that means he's got at least 60,000 cash. But I'll do my best to have you carried across someone's threshold before the week is out. I might also mention I'm available for financial consultation, instruction in the guitar mandolin, short distance hauling, and varicose veins reduced. Come on, Dolly. She's the one that splits the circumvention in the kind of red your sister wants to just cash and run. Don't forget to bring your baby tonight. Come on, Dolly. If your eldest daughter needs a friend. Mrs. Levi! Mr. Kemper, the artist. You know, I'm something of an artist myself. I do those silhouettes with black papers and scissors. I have to do them like that because I'm no good at noses with the portraits.
Mrs. Levi, the train for Yonkers leaves in 5 minutes, and if we don't get there on time...
But we will, Mr. Kemper. And not only will Mr. Van de Gelder give you his permission to marry his niece Ermengarde, but he will also dance at your wedding. And not alone either, because I happen to be engaged in finding him a suitable second wife. What he wants is someone steady to clean the house. As my late husband, Ephraim Levi, always said, marriage is a bribe to make the housekeeper think she's the householder.
Oh, I know all about it, Mrs. Levi. Half New York says he's going to propose to Mrs. Irene Malloy this very afternoon.
Which is exactly why I'm on my way to Yonkers this morning, Mr. Kemper. I can take on your case and knock off 4 lovebirds with 1 stone. Or whatever, I'll throw, we'll see. And I've nothing here to pay for my train fare, only large bills of 5s and 7s.
Well, I think I have some change here somewhere, Mrs. Levi. I only hope this isn't a wild goose chase.
Speaking of poultry, I'm also available for fresh Jersey eggs, surgical corsets reboned, ears pierced, and trousers lengthened.
Tell me, Mrs. Levi, what's in all this for you?
A living, Mr. Kemper. Some people paint, some sew. I meddle. I've always been a woman who arranges things. The pleasure and the profit it derives. I have always been a woman who arranges things like furniture, daffodils, and knives. When a man with a timid tongue meets a girl with a different air, why should the torture creatures beat around the bush when heaven knows Mother Nature always needs a little push? So I put my hand in here, I put my hand in there, and a girl over 6'3" loves a man who comes up to her ear. Surely it's obvious they won't be introduced till some kind soul condescends to give a little push. So I put my hand in there, I put my hand in here. I have always been a woman who arranges things. It's my duty to assist the Lord above. I have always been a woman who arranges things like luncheon parties, poker games, and love. My upon my cosmetic arts turned a rook to a trump lady fair. She had a countenance a little bit like fruit, but up today you would swear the Lord himself would buy me out. I put my hand in here. going to get married again. I am going to marry Horace Vandergelder for his money and send it circulating among the people like rainwater, the way you taught me. And I want a sign from you, sometime today, that you approve. Oh, it won't be a marriage in the sense that we had, but I shall certainly make him happy. And I'm tired, Ephraim. Tired of living hand to mouth. So I want a sign.
Mrs. Levi!
Sometime today. I know, Mr. Kemper. The train is ready to leave. You'll get to Yonkers. You'll marry Evergard, and just leave everything to me.
Here, take this.
But I'm not too young. I'm 17. In another year, I'll be an old maid.
Never be an old maid, Evergard. Now put you off without a cent. And don't cry in front of the store.
I can't help it. I'm unhappy.
Then by thunder, go weep a while in New York, where you won't be noticed. Now go upstairs and pack your trunk. Don't get any tears on the lock, it's just old. Cornelius, Barnaby!
You stamped, Mr. Vandergelder?
I did. I got news for you both. I'm going to New York this afternoon to march in the 14th Street Association Parade. And when I get back, you're going to have a mistress.
A mistress? And Mr. Vandergelder, I'm too young.
Not yours. Hell and damnation mine. I mean, I'm getting married. And in honor of this occasion, I've decided to promote you, Cornelius, to chief clerk.
Well, what am I now, Mr. Vandergelder?
You're an impertinent fool, that's what you are. And I'm promoting you from impertinent fool to chief clerk. Any more questions?
Yes.
What?
Does chief clerk get one evening night off a week?
So that's the way you thank me for your promotion, is it now? No, you'll attend to the store as usual. Now get back to work. And don't forget to put the lid on the sheep dip. Evenings off, marrying artist, foolishness. 99% of the people in the world are fools. And the rest of us are in great danger of contamination. Why? Even I was young, which was foolish. And got married, which was foolish. And was poor, which was more foolish than anything. Then my wife died, which was foolish of her. I grew old, which was sensible of me. Rich, friendless, and mean, which in Yonkers is about as far as you can go. I know you're wondering now why a man of such good sense should be planning anything as foolish as getting married. Well, the answer's simple. The house without a woman is empty shell, and pretty dirty too. Takes a woman all powdered in pink to joylessly clean out the drain in the sink. And it takes an angel with long golden lashes and soft lovely fingers for dumping the ashes. It takes a woman, a dainty woman, a sweetheart, a mistress, a wife. Oh yes, it takes a woman, a fragile woman, to bring you a sweet days in life. Frail young maiden who's constantly there for washing and luring and shoeing the mare. And it takes a female for setting the table and weaning the guinsy and cleaning the stable. Yes, it takes a woman, a dainty woman, a sweetheart, a mistress, a wife. Oh yes, it takes a woman, a fragile woman, to bring you the sweet things in life. And so the ice and lovingly set out the traps for the mice. She's a joy and treasure, for practically speaking, to whom can you turn when the plumbing is leaking?
Pretty woman, that fragile woman, that sweetheart, that princess, that wife. Oh yes, it takes a woman,
A husky woman.
to bring you the sweet things in life. Oh yes, it takes a woman, a dainty woman, a sweetheart, a mistress, a wife. Oh yes, it takes a woman, a fragile woman, to bring you the sweet things in life.
Congratulations, congratulations, 1,000 times congratulations.
What?
Congratulations, Mr. Van de Gelder. All of New York is buzzing with the news that you're practically proposed to Miss Irene Malloy. All my congratulations and sympathy.
Sympathy?
Did I say that? Oh, slip of the tongue, that's all. No, I'm delighted with the happy news. After all, she was not easy to unload. By that, I mean, you know what people say. Although I would never believe the rumors. No, I didn't.
Rumors? What rumors?
Nothing to get upset about, Mr. Van de Gelder. I mean, according to well-known fact, her first husband passed on quite naturally. It's just it went so sudden. A few spoons of chowder she made special for him, and poof! But it could happen to anybody. No, there's no truth in it.
You mean to say that Mrs. Malloy?
I mean to say nothing, Mr. Van de Gelder. Just friendly advice. Keep away from the chowder.
Rumors or not, I still intend on paying a call to her this very afternoon.
Very well, Mr. Van de Gelder. Then I guess there's nothing left for me to do but go back to New York and tell the other girl the address not to wait.
What did you say? Particulars, Miss Levin. Particulars, her name?
Money. Ernestina Money.
What a lovely, lovely name.
Picture, if you will, hair as shiny as the newly minted dime, eyes as big and round as silver dollars, skin as soft and mossy as an old greenback.
Yes, I can see her now.
Age 19, weight 102, waist 47.
47?
That's with the money belt, Mr. Van Gelder. Now, I can arrange for you to meet with Ernestina this afternoon, Mr. Van Gelder.
I ain't got time. I have to bring my niece Ermengarde to New York until she forgets a certain Ambrose Kemper.
I could do that for you, Mr. Van Gelder. I know just how to handle such things.
Then I'm marching in the 14th Street Parade.
What an amazing coincidence! Guess who's been chosen to ride the main float? The spirit of 14th Street? Miss Money! Her mother was a cash, you know.
All right, I'll meet Miss Money, but I still intend on paying a call to Mrs. Malloy first.
What races you make me run. Very well, Mr. Van Gelder. I'll meet you in front of Mrs. Malloy's hat shop at 2:30 as usual.
One more thing. Suppose I decide against Miss Money, and I don't like the other woman either.
Well, then I happen to have one more name on my list. A name I know as well as my own. But we won't get into that now. It'll come up all on its own. Don't you worry about that. But wait till you see her horse. A vision. A dream.
Good day.
Ephraim, I think I'll have the front room done over in blue wallpaper. Yes, blue. Ambrose, Ermengarde, come down here. We've got plans to make.
Chief clerk. Promoted from chief clerk to chief clerk. And if I'm good, in 10 years, I'll be promoted to chief clerk again. 33 years old and I still don't get an evening off. When will I begin to live?
You can live on holidays, Cornelius.
You remember what we did last Christmas, Barnaby? All those raw tomato cans went bad and exploded. And you and I were kept the mess all afternoon.
That's horrible.
I don't call that living, Barnaby. You and I, we're going to New York.
Holy cabooses! How do you know?
Well, I'll light a candle under them. That's all I'll know. It'll create such a smell that customers won't come in the place for 24 hours. Barnaby, we're getting an evening off, and we're gonna live, and we're gonna have a good meal, and we're gonna spend our money, and we're gonna get in danger.
Holy cabooses!
And one more thing, Barnaby, we're not coming back until we've each kissed a girl.
Cornelius, you can't do that. You don't know any girls.
I'm 33 years old, Barnaby. I've got it again sometime.
I'm only 18, Cornelius. It isn't so virgin for me.
New York, Barnaby, the elevated trains, the lights of Broadway, the stuffed whale at the Barnes Museum.
A stuffed whale?
A stuffed whale, Barnaby, what do you say?
Yes, Cornelius, yes!
The first thing to do is make you financially independent. I know. I'll find you a job. Can you dance?
Well, I'm an artist, Mrs. Levi. I paint.
Well, then my card.
Mrs. Dolly Levi, famous on how to dance.
Now, there's a man at the Harmony Gardens restaurant, Rudolph Weiserleber. I'll give you a note for him, and we'll see if he can't have you both entered in the poker contest tonight. The prize is a week's engagement and a solid gold cup. Oh, the cups we won, Ephraim and me.
Now, hold on, Mrs. Levi. No fiancé of mine is going to set foot in a cafe. And I don't mind saying that I'm surprised you have acquaintances in a place like that.
Not acquaintances, Mr. Kemper. Friends. Dear friends from days gone by. Mr. Levi believed in life in any place you could find it. Cafes, ballrooms, yes, even theaters. Why, even when times were bad, every Saturday night, like clockwork, down those stairs at the Harmonia Gardens we came, Ephraim and me.
Well, it's all very well to come down like clockwork, Mrs. Levi, but you're asking Ermengarde to work there.
It's the only way to show Horace Vangelder we mean business. Now, you go to the Harmonia Gardens this afternoon and say Mrs. Levi sent you. And incidentally tell Rudolph that Dolly's coming back. And I want a table for 2 and a chicken for 8 o'clock tonight.
Now, hold the cameras on the ones on top, Cornelius. Not too close, and there's one like they're ready to burst. Holy cabooses, I can smell from up here, Cornelius.
Let's get dressed, Barnaby. We're going to New York. Out there, there's a world outside of yonkers. Way out there beyond this big town, Barnaby. There's a slick town, Barnaby. Out there, full of shine, full of sparkle. Close your eyes and see it glisten, Barnaby. Listen, Barnaby. Put on your Sunday clothes, there's lots of world out there. Get out your brilliant teen and dime cigars. We're gonna find adventure in the evening air. With girls in white and a perfume night, where the lights are bright as the stars. Put on your Sunday clothes, we're gonna ride through town. In one of those new horse-drawn open cars. We'll see the shows at Delmonico's, and we'll close the town in a whirl. No, we won't come home until we kiss the girl.
Put on your Sunday clothes when you feel down and out. Push down the street and have your picture took. Just like a dream, your spirit seemed to turn about. When Sunday shine as a certain sun, and you feel as marriage, I tell you. What marriage? Oh, I thought you knew! The marriage Mrs. Levi is arranging between Mr. Horace Vandergelder, well-known Yonkers half-a-millionaire, and my friend and employer, Mrs. Irene Malloy. Although if you ask me, he will never take the place of her late husband, Mr. Peter Malloy. May he rest in peace, wherever he is. I'm not sure. He was a caution, you know. Oh, it's all too much with late husbands and new marriages and on top of everything else. Miss Mortimer returning this hat for the third time. Same old story. She wants more cherries and feathers, to catch a bow, I suppose. Although if you ask me, she do much better with a nice, heavy veil. I told her, ribbons on her back is what we'll be wearing this summer if we want to catch a gentleman's eye. But she don't none of it. Cherries and feathers she wants on today of all days when that poor dear sweet Mrs. Malloy has enough on her mind, what with Hutman, with the lid it's stuck. And as I was saying, Mrs. Malloy, I couldn't find out my tongue for the things I've said and, well, for the things I'm going to say, but as long as I've gone this far, I might as well go all the way. Mrs. Malloy, why, say it, Minnie. Why have I decided to marry Horace Vandergelder? Oh, Mrs. Malloy, I didn't ask you that. I would rather die than ask you such a personal question. But as long as you didn't bring it up, I am marrying Horace Vandergelder for one reason and one reason alone, Minnie, to get away from the millinery business. I hate hats, Mrs. Malloy, and I can no longer stand being suspected of being in wicked women with nothing to show for it. Mrs. Malloy, don't pretend this, Minnie. All millineresses are suspected of being wicked women. That's why I can't go into restaurants or balls or theaters. It's all the proof they need. Take my word for it, Minnie. Either I marry Horace Vandergelder or I break on this place like a fire engine. Oh, no, Miss Mortimer again. Miss Mortimer, I'll take care of it. Leave it be, Minnie. You can make another hat for Miss Mortimer if you like. I am wearing this one myself. Oh, Mrs. Malloy, you can't do that. You're a widow and that hat is, well, it's provocative, that's what. Is it, Minnie? Well, who knows who may walk into my shop today, and provocative may be just what I want to be. Oh, Mrs. Malloy! Mrs. Malloy, wild horses couldn't make me ask this next question I'm about to ask. But I'm going to ask it anyhow. Mrs. Malloy, do you love Horace Vandergelder? Oh, no, Minnie. Peter Malloy, God rest him, was my share of love. And I'm not saying I was shortchanged. Once is enough for a woman if it's true love. And it was that. Minnie, there's two men staying in our shop. Men? Why do leave me to come in? Men? In the shop? Mrs. Malloy, what should we do? Why, flirt with them, of course. I'll give you the short one. Mrs. Malloy! And do you want to talk about love? Enough I've had, Minnie. It's a bit of adventure, which we could do with now. We can heat it up and then drop them cold. It'll be good practice for married life. Now, you go into your workroom. I know some ways we can perk up our pants. Besides, a bit of a wait will only make them more nervous and easier for us, too. You say vampire, I'll scream. Vampire?
We'll get adventure out as yet, Barnaby. All day we wander around New York, and nothing. And then we come to the quietest street in the city, and suddenly, hey, in the yard. Is he still out there? Go look.
He's sitting right there on that bench. Cornelius, are you sure this is an adventure?
You don't have to ask, Barnaby. When you're in one, you will know it, all right? How much money do we have left?
Not much. 40 cents for the train back, 30 cents for dinner, and 20 cents to see the whale. 90 cents, why?
Well, when those two women come in, we'll have to pretend to be, how do you say it, customers. Customers, that's it. Maybe the best thing to do is make them think we're rich, and then we won't have to pay for anything. We're two gentlemen about town looking for hats for ladies. Good afternoon, Mrs.
Malloy.
Here, Cornelius Hackle.
Here, Barbie.
My pleasure, gentlemen. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, you see, we're two ladies about town looking for some hats to Malloy, and we wanted to...
We're hats, you see. And we wanted to buy a lady or two to Malloy with.
see, we're trying to buy hats for ladies. And, well, everyone in town said Mrs. Malloy was so pretty. I mean, her hats are so pretty.
And so reasonable, Cornelius. As reasonable as under $1. Will leave us with enough to go see the whale.
You've got to pay him no mind, ma'am. We've come all the way from Yonkers, and he's all excited to see the stuffed whale. Barnaby, go keep an eye on the street. Maybe we'll see it pass by.
Hey, is it big and black with meat-lettered eyes?
Yes.
It's sitting right there in that bench.
Excuse me, Mr. Hackle, but did you say Yonkers?
Yes, ma'am, Yonkers. And forgive me for saying this, but, well, perhaps you should see Yonkers, too. And by that, I mean Mr. Malloy would love to see Yonkers.
Oh, Mr. Hackle, I'm a widow.
You are?
Barnaby, she's a widow! Oh, well, that's too bad. I'm sure Mr. Malloy would have loved to see Yonkers, especially in that hat. Well, on you, of course, not him. Maybe rest in peace. You are a Catholic, aren't you? Well, don't you worry about that. I'd be willing to change. Mr. Malloy, if you should happen to have a Sunday free in the near future, I'd be more than pleased to show you Yonkers from top to bottom.
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Hackle, I might be there sooner than you think.
Oh, really?
Why, yes, I have a friend who lives in Yonkers.
You too?
Perhaps you know him.
Perhaps we do.
Although it's so foolish to ask in cases like this, isn't it? It's Mr. Van Gelder.
Horse Gander?
Well, yes. Do you know him?
No! No.
Mr. Van Gelder is a substantial, well-liked man, they tell me.
A very substantial and well-liked man. Only one fault, as far as I know. He's a tight-fisted man.
Cornelius? Cornelius?
Now, I
Cornelius, I
like this
think,
one.
look out!
Begging your pardon, Mr. Malloy, but I'm afraid.
Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Help us, Mr. Malloy, let's wait later.
Come out of there at once.
Where is it, Miss Guys?
Well, really, Mr. Hackle, Mr. Tucker, I insist you both come out of there at once, or I'll be Mr. Van Gelder.
Mrs. Malloy, I don't suppose Mrs. Levi is here, is she? She was supposed to meet me on the bench 10 minutes ago. When I make an appointment, I like people to be on time. Here's a present for you. Chocolate-covered peanuts unshelled. Did I see you talking with two men?
Men, Mr. Van Gelder. What would men be doing in a women's hat shop? Now, let's go into my workroom. I'm so anxious for you to see it.
I saw it last week.
So you did, Mr. Van Gelder. Well, what's new in the hay and feed business? I hear you have 3 friends all with tight fists. I mean,
What on earth are you talking about?
Yonkers. I hear it's a beautiful city.
And who's been telling you about Yonkers, may I ask?
Nobody, a friend.
What friend?
Well, you see,
He?
a customer, Mr. Van Gelder. Someone quite well-to-do, as a matter of fact. You see, he was in here buying hats for ladies. You might know him, although it's always so foolish to ask in cases like this. It's Mr. Cornelius Hackle.
Did you say Hackle?
Why, yes.
He happens to be my chief clerk. I demand explanation.
Let me give it to you. Why, shouldn't you know Cornelius Hackle? Everybody in New York knows Cornelius Hackle. He's here at the opera and in all of the fashionable homes. Why, he's here at the Harmony Gardens 3 times a week.
Impossible. He's only got $146.35. I keep it in my own safe.
Mr. Van Gelder, you're killing me. He's one of the Hackles. They built the canal.
What canal?
The Erie, Panama, the both.
It ain't the same man.
Who took the horses out of Jenny Line's carriage and pulled her through the streets? Cornelius Hackle. And who dressed up as a waiter in the 5th Avenue Hotel and dumped an oyster down Mrs. Well, I can't say it, but it was Cornelius. He's the playboy of New York. Now, Irene, don't deny it. I can see you were taken with him just like everybody else. What are you talking about? I've only seen him once in real life. Really, Dolly, Oh, thank you. Then you hold your tongue. There's a man in there.
Now hold on. If there's a man in that closet,
No, Mr. Van Gelder, you can't. It's too dangerous.
no man that hides in a woman's closet can frighten me.
Oh, no man indeed, Mr. Van Gelder. I'm sure you make short work of any man. And those muscles, I can see them rippling back and forth under your coat.
For the last time, Mrs. Levi, will you stand aside?
Stand indeed, Mr. Van Gelder. That's exactly what the court will want to know when you're accused of searching that trunk without a search warrant. I mean, will you not stand for if you don't stand for the laws of this great land? I know what I stand for. I stand for Mother America and a hot light for made a mistake. You have to serve as your restless flag is passing. Do you see him on the hill at Gettysburg? Leave that great triumphant march. If you see him as he's rumbling through the streets of breath, set him in march, march, march. Has this not affected you, sir? I come here at 14 as an immigrant girl from a land that oppressed my people, and I must echo what was said by that great patriotic American, Moses. Yes, Moses. I stand for America and the home country for its takes off. Your hat sun and the tears your eagle passing. Do you see him on the bridge at Waterloo? Near the Virgin of the Lodge. If you can, you should instead of march, march, march. I stand for motherhood. I stand for motherhood, America, and a hard march for this kingdom. Your hat serve as your Rose's flag is passing. Do you see him on the hill at Gettysburg, near the great triumphal arch? If you see him as he's trembling through the streets of wrath, set him in march, march, march. Let's go with it 7 years ago. March, march, march. The form of our perfect union. March, march, march. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. March, march. So you see, Mr. Van Gelder, there couldn't possibly be a man in that closet. God bless you. All right, Mr.
boy.
Van Gelder, there's a man in that cupboard.
Aha!
And another under the table.
What the devil?
Their uncles happens to be a simple explanation, but for the present, good afternoon. Good Lord, the whole room is crawling with him, and I don't know what I'll ever do. I take it I'll see you this afternoon, Mr. Van Gelder.
You certainly will with a certain young lady at the main folk. For the present, good day, Miss Muller. Forgot my chocolates.
Miss Malloy, please, we can
I
explain
don't wish
everything.
to hear any explanation, Mr. Hacknell. Just you and Mr. Tucker do me the pleasure of leaving my shop at once, or I'll send for Officer Clardy. Well, if you ask me, Irene, calling an officer is letting them off too easily. The law courts, that's where they belong. I've been adding up all the legal offenses these two have committed, and you've got grounds for at least 2 writs, a non-compos mentis, and an interrogation. But the main thing is to show that you try to settle it amicably first. Have dinner with them.
Dinner?
Is that absolutely necessary, Dolly? It's the way things are done in the law, Irene. Dinner first, interrogations afterwards. Well, if it must be, Mr. Hacknell, Mr. Tucker, you may take Miss Fay and myself to dinner.
Delighted, Miss Malloy, and I speak for Barnaby too when we say we know a very nice restaurant in the railroad station.
Oh, Cornelius, if the Harmonia Gardens is good enough for your fashionable friends, then it's good enough for us too. I hear they have a lovely orchestra committee.
Oh no, Miss Malloy, we couldn't go there. It's not the money or
It's the whale!
It's the whale! It's not the whale, Barnaby! It's the dancing. You see, they have contests, exhibitions in a place like that, and it would take me days, months, years. Dolly Levi, 33-year-old chief clerk, taught how to dance.
All right, Minnie, let's go get our hats on. Now, it's very simple. Just put one arm here and one arm here.
No, I have absolutely no sense of rhythm.
Absolutely no sense of rhythm is the primary requirement for learning the Gallagher-Levi method. Just give me 5 minutes of your time, Mr. Hacknell, and I'll have you dancing in the streets. We'll start with lesson 7, the waltz kick turn. Now it's simple. Right foot touch, left foot touch, under, back, around, touch, back through, around, behind, over, release, out, through. Wonderful! When I think of the lucky woman who will find heaven in your arms. Let's go back to lesson 1. Put your hand on on her waist and stand. With her right in your left hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Look, I'm dancing.
Well, I was.
Of course you were, Mr. Hack. Take the someone whose arms you're in, hold on to her tight, and spin it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Wow, I'm dancing.
Turn around, try floating through the air. Can't you be a little more aesthetic?
Would you say my dancing has a polish and a flair?
The word I think I'd use, self-lick.
Well, my heart is about to burst. My head is about to pop. And now that I'm dancing, who cares if we ever stop? The guy who nearly tackles sports and dancing. Your turn, Barnaby.
You're next, Mr. Tucker. Glide and step and then step and glide.
And everyone, stand aside. Dancing.
You could left turn puppet if you were doing the soul, or the tangled filled with passion seething.
Am I joining the course of the Castle Garden show?
Whatever you do, for gosh sakes, keep breathing. For my heart is about to burst. My head is about to pop. And now that we're dancing, who cares if we ever stop? But I wish you were closer to remember that he can be near to you while you're dancing. Though you only said hello, suddenly someone who can make all your daydreams appear to you while you're dancing. Make the music weave a spell, burn away your worries. Things look almost twice as well when you're silent free. As the spirits will hit the top, and now that we're dancing, who cares if we ever stop? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now that we're dancing, who cares if we ever stop? Well, look who's here, Mrs. Levi. How are you, Mrs. Levi? How are you, Mrs. Rose?
All the same, pains in my back, aches in my side, stabs in my liver.
I'm fine.
You know, my daughter Fanny got married
Did she?
a year ago last September. Been a long time since you lived here, Mrs. Levi. Such a long, long time.
Ephraim, let me go. It's been long enough, Ephraim. Every evening for all these years, I've let out the cat, I've locked the door, made myself a little rum toddy, and before I went to bed, I said a prayer, thanking God that no one's life was mixed up with mine, that I was independent. No. Then, one night, a perfectly good oak leaf found my Bible. But this oak leaf was without life and without color. And then suddenly I realized I was that oak leaf. For years I had not shed one tear, nor had I been filled with the wonderful hope that something or other would turn out well. And so, I've decided to rejoin the human race. And Ephraim, I want you to give me away. Before the parade passes by, I gotta get in step while there's still time left. Before the parade passes by. Come along, Dolly. Cornelius is taking us down to see the 14th Street Parade. Everyone will be marching. Why, Irene, you're crying. Oh, Dolly, the world is full of wonderful things. Come with us. I will, Irene. I will. Before the parade passes by, I gotta go and take Saturday's highlight. Before the parade passes by, I've had enough of just passing by life. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing by life. With the rest of them, with the best of them, I can hold my head up high. For I'm gonna go again, I'm gonna drive again. I wanna feel my heart coming alive again. Before the parade passes by. Look at that crowd up ahead. Listen and hear that brass harmony growing. Look at the crowd up ahead. Pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. When the whistle blows, there's a flash, and the sparklers light the sky. I'm gonna ring the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me an old trombone, give me an old tom. Before the parade passes by. Before the parade passes by. Listen and hear that brass harmony growing. Before the parade passes by. Pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All the lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. Then the whistle blows, and the silver flash, and the sparklers light the sky. I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me an old trombone, give me an old guitar. Before the parade passes by. Mr. Carpenter!
Where's Miss Money? What have you done? Where is she?
Oh, nothing to get upset about, Mr. Van Gelder. Miss Money had a sudden urgent business appointment at the Mint, and she's helping out. Now, she'll meet you in front of the Harmony Gardens restaurant at 8 p.m. tonight.
That's the most expensive restaurant in the city.
Well, it should be. What food and the fastest waiters in New York? Oh, by the way, I might be a little late, so Miss Money will meet you in front of the restaurant.
I'll be there, Dolly, but only because I paid for a proper introduction. I might as well get my money's worth. From this point on, I hereby discharge you as my marriage broker. Is that clear? From now on, you are just Dolly Gallagher.
Ephraim, he's as good good as mine.